very warm welcome to Anil Nayak classes. I'm Sheetal, your English trainer. We'll discuss today about phrasal verbs. Now, this topic is really very important in terms of your English exams. So, around whether you talk about your SSC, your CGL, or bank exams, your UPSC, any exam for that matter you take, questions inevitably will be there related to your phrasal verbs, right? Around SSC and all, in between 10 to 15 questions you will get in your SSC, CGL and all, and even in UPSC you will get somewhere around 5 to 10 marks questions will be there. All these in bank exams also you may get in between 5 to 10 questions. So 10-15 questions, 5 to 10 marks or 5 to 10 questions. This topic becomes very important for us, right? Now just doing grammar will not help you to get a great score in English. To get a great score in English, you have to be good with your confusing words as well as your phrasal verbs. Now, phrasal verbs are what? You'll have a verb. Now, that verb itself will have one meaning. To that verb, if you will add a preposition, together it will have a different meaning. Now, they'll keep with one verb, you can have different prepositions. So, you can have one verb plus preposition number 1, verb, same verb. Preposition number 2, verb. Then again the same verb but preposition is third, then you have verb and then the different fourth preposition is coming. Now all these four, the main verb will remain same, right? However, the main verb is same but your prepositions are different, because of which each one will have a different meaning, and these words are only called as your phrasal verbs. Now you get a dictionary itself of the phrasal verbs. Now until and unless you keep going through them again and again and think about some easy way to remember these phrasal verbs, they are going to be very difficult. So we'll discuss about these phrasal verbs in these slides. Fine, let's move ahead. We'll do A to Z all the phrasal verbs. Maximum we'll try to cover in these lectures. Fine. Now first is act. Now we have three words over here: act, for, act on and act out. Right? Now when one word act is there, and with this we have act for, we have act on, and then we have act out. Right? Now one act, but what do you mean by act? The meaning of act is to do something. Right? It is like act means was to do something. So what you do. Right? When you say you act for, now for is for someone. Right? So you act for, that means you represent someone. You represent someone is called as act for. So you act for someone, right? So you act like somebody. When you have, suppose you want to get some permission from your father, then if you have a younger sister, you will ask your younger sister to help you, right? To support you, or you will ask your elder brother to support you. So they'll act for you, na? They'll go and they'll talk to them. They'll represent you in front of your parents to get that permission. Maybe your younger brother or your elder brother or sister, right? So elder siblings or the younger siblings, sometimes they act for us to get certain permissions from our parents, right? Now next one is act out, right? Now act is to do something, right? To do something when? So act out is, I told you to do something. Say I told you to learn it by associating with certain situations. Now you act on that. So whatever the advice I gave you or whatever the instructions I gave you, you start following them. You start acting out on those instructions. I asked you to learn 10 words per day. You started learning those 10 words. I asked you to associate these things with certain situations in your life and you started doing that. So that way it became a very easy topic for you, right? So act out is you follow or you start following the instruction or advice given by someone. Now act on. Okay, now the next one is act out. When you talk about act out, that means you have done something. Now how you are doing? Now you are acting out, that means you are doing some actions, you are doing some gestures and you are acting out that, right? So you act out. So there are certain times, see, I'll tell you one thing. My dog is there, he'll act out so nicely, he'll do some mischief, he will go outside the house without telling anybody, and then when I'll scold him, he'll act out like as if certain gestures, certain actions he'll make that as if he has not done anything. Very nicely he'll act out the thing to show that I am innocent, right? So he'll use certain actions, certain gestures to show that He is innocent. So what he has done? He has performed that act very well of showing himself as innocent by using certain actions and gestures. So we learned 3 in one slide: act out, act for, and act for, act out, and act on. Right? So we have learned all this: act out, act for, and act on. This is twice I have written. This was right only. Act on, act out, and act for. So let's read out the slide for us. Now, act for, it is used when we represent some person, right? Now, next, so for example, during the legal trial, you can appoint a lawyer to act for you. Great. Next one, act on. It is used when one follows someone's advice, instructions, orders, etc. So young Batman acted on the advice of his coach and changed his technique. Act out. It is used when something is performed out well with actions and gestures. The story of Ramayana is acted out in various parts of Delhi around Diwali. Clear? So we got one set of phrasal verbs: act for, act on, and act out. Hope you'll remember with these associations. Now the another one is add. You add up something. Now add, you know the meaning. So that means to join certain things, right? Now up means what? More. So you add up something. So I gave you some 10 chocolates and you add them some 2 more. So they became what? 7, right? So to add on means what? To add up means you add certain things to that, right? So you increase the volume. So first is used when we are adding numbers together in calculations like 5 plus 2, 7. But something when you add on, like you gave one advice. See, you start giving some excuse. It doesn't make sense. But you add or keep adding on some stories to give you, show yourself as an innocent person, right? So that's again the second usage of add up. It is also used when something does not make sense and looks unreliable, right? See, for example, the first one, 7 and 4 adds up to 11. Fine. Now all the excuses she gave for her absence seemed added up. Added up means बना के दे दिया है, कुछ clue नहीं है, कोई sense नहीं है. Just you are adding up the stories and then giving the stories, unnecessary stories which are not reliable. You are not going to trust them, but still somebody is cooking stories, right? To answer back. Answer means reply. Back means give it back, right? So reply back is what? To reply back means back answering, right? सामने जवाब देना. So then if elders are scolding you, you पलट के वापस जवाब देना. That is called as answer back, right? होता है ना, your parents will say don't reply back, don't answer back. पलट के जवाब देना. And that too not in a soft manner. See, when somebody asks you something, obviously you should answer. But then when we say this particular word answer back, that means you are not answering them in a soft or a polite manner or in a decent manner. That answering back or replying back is a bad way. It's a negative word. Whereas आप किसी बड़े के सामने जवाब दे रहे हो, right? So that is called as reply back. Got it? So it is considered as a negative word. So it is used, we reply back rudely to an elderly person or a person in authority, right? So he was thrown out of job for answering back his manager. See, his manager may not be elder to him, but like what happens is like he is having a higher position. So he has all the rights to scold or to give you certain instructions and ask you certain questions. But then you reply back. So that is an inappropriate action. So because of which you could be thrown outside the job, right? Next one. Now we have one word like ask. Right? We'll change the color. A lot of red is here in this slide. Let's make green. Yeah. So we have ask, right? So you have the word ask. Now 3 words we are taking. Ask around. We have ask out. Then we also have the ask over, or another one is come over also. We'll talk about come over also a little later, but first we'll talk about ask. Ask around, ask around, ask out, and ask over. Now, ask means पूछना, right? You ask something. Now, around means what? You want something and you ask everybody around you. Around means charo taraf, right? So you keep asking around. You asking A, you asking B, you asking C, you asking D. Whoever is around you, you start asking them something. It could be some information related to somebody's whereabouts. You're asking about address. You're asking about time. You may ask at the bus stop about the bus timings, when this bus will come. So you ask many people, whoever are around you. You are standing in the center, जो भी आसपास में सबसे पूछ रहे हैं. So then that is called as the ask around, right? Now we have ask out. Now ask out is what? You out is what? Ask means ask. In Hindi it could be पूछना, right? Now ask out. You ask somebody to come outside with you. So it could be a date, right? You can ask your girlfriend to go out with you for a date, right? So you can ask someone, okay fine, चलो girlfriend नहीं है, उससे पहले you ask, let's come outside for a coffee, right? You ask someone for a dinner or a lunch, right? So that is called as ask out. Clear? This I hope everybody will remember, right? Now when we have ask over, now over is that dating is over. Now going outside and having dinner and all is over. The relationship has moved one step further. So then what you'll do? So when the trust is built up, you'll not ask out somebody to for a dinner or date. You may ask directly to ask, come over my house. Right? Come over. Come over means come to my house. Ask over means you invite somebody, okay fine, come to my house for dinner or lunch or tea or coffee. That is the next stage, right? So how you can easily remember this? Ask around. You're looking for a girlfriend or a boyfriend, you're asking around everybody. Okay, you're asking around people around you. Now see, no matter how weird, how funny that co-association could be, but if that can help you to remember these phrasal verbs, believe me, it's like it's a blessing. So now let's see, ask out. Once you have asked around, you asked everybody about the information, about the address, direction, information, everything you have collected. Now you ask that person out for a date, right? Then after that date is over, you ask him to or her to come over. You ask over to come to your house. You invite that person to come to your house. The another thing for that is come over. Come over also means come to my house. Fine. So let's go through the slide now. I hope this help you to remember. It is used when we ask people around for something, like for information, address, direction, etc. So when a boy fainted suddenly in the park, his mother asked around for help. Got it? So he has fainted suddenly. See, this association is also very good. No, faint ho gaya, emergency hai. So now you want help. So the mother is asking everybody who is around, can you help me? Can you help me? Can you call someone? I want to take my son to doctor. Ask out. It is used when we want to invite someone and take the person out on a date. Yeah, right. So he is liked us in college date, but he never had the courage to ask her out for dinner. Ask over or come over. It is used when we want to invite someone to our house, right? So we asked our new neighbors over for dinner to know them better. So you've called them to our home, right? Next slide. Now act out. This is already we have done with the act. Act out means we have to perform it with actions and gestures, right? The story of Ramayana is acted out in various parts of Delhi around Diwali. This has already been done. Now answer for or held liable for. So that means what? So now something has been done. You are answerable for that, right? So if see, your mom asked you to take care of your pet dog at home. Now you are busy playing and he runs outside the house, right? Now who is answerable for? You are answerable for this act. No, why you have not taken care? Right? You will be held liable if something is mishappening happens with that small pet dog, right? So it is used when someone is held responsible for something. Yes. Now if you don't learn English properly, if you don't learn, you understand your concepts, who is answerable for? I am responsible for something, right? I am responsible to make sure that you understand all these phrasal verbs, grammar, and your English paper should become very, very simple and easy for you, right? So I am answerable for, I am liable to it, right? I am responsible for certain things. So let's see the example. They hostelier had to answer for their absence from the annual exam before the committee, right? They are responsible for, they have to answer that. Attend to. Now, Attend means you go and attend a wedding, right? You attend means your presence has to be there, right? You have to be there. Now attended to is what? You attend to someone. You have to look after a pet dog, or you have to look after a small baby, or you have to look after the plants, right? When somebody is outside, you attend to someone or something. You look after someone or something. So see the example, we need a nurse to attend to my grandmother. So that means that nurse should look after your grandmother. The old man attends to his plants as if they were his children. That means he looks after his plants as if they are his children, right? Next one. Now we have one word, back. Two words we can say with that, down and out. Now back means पीछे जाना, right? Now back down means what? You are, see, generally what happens, we go forward, right? Or we go upwards when we are interested in something. When there is no problem, what happens? We keep moving forward. Now we keep moving forward. Or you keep moving upwards, right? You keep climbing up the ladders. Suddenly there is some opposition. There is some kind of the pressure because of certain problems. You back down, right? Instead of climbing up, you come back. You come down, right? So that is what you are coming back. You're coming behind. You're stopping because of certain opposition, because of certain pressure from someone or somebody. That is called as the back down, right? Now back out. Now when is like you are climbing up, there was some opposition, right? There was some pressure. So what you have done, you have backed down, right? Now you backed down, and then suddenly you don't like that deal, right? So whatever you were doing, you don't like it. So you don't like it, you have a disagreement, right? So because of which you say, no, I will not move further. So I'll stop here only. I have to go climb up, then I back down. Now I suddenly think, no, I don't want to move further. And here, instead of going back, now you decide, okay, fine, I don't agree with your suggestions. There is some problem. I say, no, I will not move further. So when I don't move further, that is what is called as back out. I back out. That means I stop going further. Whatever I am doing, because I am not able to follow up, or I don't like certain things or someone or somebody, I back out from that program. That means I stop. Got it? So back down. Usage, it is used when one decides not to do something because of opposition or because the pressure from the authorities. Now see the example, CBSE has to back down on their decision to grading system due to stiff opposition from the students. Now back out. Usage, it is used when one decides not to follow up something like an agreement or a deal. I decided to back out of the partnership after I got to know my partner's criminal track record, right? One example. Second example, politicians in India always back out of the promises they make during election campaigns. They'll say, I'll do that, and then they'll stop. They'll not do anything, right? Next, we have back up. We discussed about back out, we discussed about back down, and then you say back up. When you keep moving forward, when you have some support की वजह से you will move further, right? So when you move further because of the support, then it is called as the backup, right? So that's what. So it means to make an extra copy of something like digital information or disk, drive, external hard drive, etc. in case of original is not. That is called as the backup. That you know it very well, right? So it always good to have a backup of your e-notes. Another usage is, it is used when one has evidence and support to show. I told you support, right? So it evidence and support to show that what he is saying is true and correct. He produced the receipts before the consumer court to back up her case, support her case. Now bail means what? To come out, right? To stop, right? So you bail out, that means you have certain problems, financial problems are there, and you get somebody to help you. That is called as the bailout. So bailout is used when help is given to someone or something that is in serious trouble, especially financial troubles. So see the example, government had to bail out many banks and financial institutions in 2008 financial crisis. Second usage of bailout is used when money is given out to court so that an accused person doesn't have to stay in the jail until their trial begins. So you get, see, you are on outside on the bail dena padta hai na, to wahi bail. Not even his family members were willing to bail him out as he had become a habitual offender. So now the next word is your bank on. See, bank is what? What does the word bank means? It's a place where you keep your reserved money and all, right? Somebody or a place where you can depend on, right? You depend on bank to, you keep all your money and you depend upon your bank account. Okay, fine, I have money in my bank account, right? You depend upon bank to give you money, right? When you need money, you depend upon bank to give you some loan, right? So if anything happens, you count upon that particular bank to help you, right? So that's the way you associate it. Now bank on someone. So that means what? You depend on someone to give you a help, right? In case if you need, right? If something happens, you bank upon that person. You bank upon that person in case if you need something, right? So that is you depend upon, right? So associate this word bank on with the word bank. Bank, you keep your money and then you depend upon bank to help you, to give you money in case of in times of needs or when something happens, you count on it, right? See the example. The state government is banking on the Supreme Court to revoke president's rule in the state. That means the state government is depending on the Supreme Court, right? Now bear on and bear upon. Now bear, bear means what? Bear means what? See, the to bear something is like usko सहन करना, right? So you say like sahana, I think I can say the easy, but I'm not that great, but I'm trying, right? So what you say, bear means to have सहना. सहन करना means you, somebody is trying to give you something, some advice दे रहा है, कुछ कर रहा है, and then you आप सब सहन कर रहे हो, right? You're bearing all of it, right? So you have an influence on someone or something. You bear. Bear also means like uparana, right? So you bear on someone. To bear on someone means to influence someone, or bear upon someone also means to influence someone or something. So the interview grooming and appears in an interview grooming and appearance bears on the final selection. Yes. So if bear on, that means it has the influence on. It will सहन करता है आपको. अगर आपका grooming सहन कर सकता है, आपका appearance सहन कर सकता है वो, so then you will be selected, right? So it depends upon, it will influence your selection process. Next upon, become of. Now the word become means what? Become means कुछ बनना, right? Become means बनना, right? Now if you are not from Hindi speaking, like to become means what? Make no. To result जो भी है, result you can say in English, result you can say, right? But the easy way Hindi is बनना, right? So you become of. Become of means what? कोई कुछ बनता है, right? What that person is becoming, right? What has happened to that person? You want to know. You have a lot of curiosity to find out what has happened to that particular person after studying 12th, right? What you became, what happened to you? You appeared for that exam. So, right, you became what? Right? You become of what? You want to know something about it. You have a lot of curiosity to know what happened to someone. So, this is what means is come of. It is used when you want to know what happened to someone out of curiosity, right? See, I may know, like I may tell you something really very funny, but then that funny thing only can help you to remember this and make your life easy in terms of phrasal verbs. Otherwise, believe me, it's pretty difficult to remember everything until and see you take a dictionary and start reading it. I can also read out this slide and this chapter could be done in half an hour only, but that will not add value. You will not learn it, right? So a lot of discussion has to be there. You should discuss these words with your friends also, right? So it is, I am curious to know what has become of Urmila as she was the leading actor of the industry in her days, right? So now what has happened to her? What happened to Urmila? In her days she was a leading actress, but now what has happened? You're curious to know, right? Now the next one is beef up. Move further. Beef means what? To become strong, right? So people beef up. Beef up is used when we wish something stronger or powerful or strengthen something. You want to beef up something means you want to support something. You want to make something, lift something up. You want to make someone very strong or supporting it, right? So that is called as beef up. Usage, it is used when we wish to make something stronger or more powerful to strengthen something, right? For example, the PM's security has been beefed up, made more stronger in view of the recent terrorist attacks. Believe in. Now, believe matlab kya hota hai? Believe means belief, you can say. Belief or trust hai. Or you can also say vishwas, right? So believe in, that means that particular thing, you in means inside. In means what? Andar. और उस पर उ स प र, ठीक है? सो बिलीव इन समथिंग इज नॉट, यू बिलीव, यू हैव अ फुल बिलीफ ऑन दिस, आपको पूरा विश्वास है उसके ऊपर, राइट? You have trust in that something particular, whatever that particular thing is. You have full trust. You have full belief that this particular thing does. It's actually there. It's actually there, right? You believe in that. See, you believe in God, right? You have trust. You trust in God, right? You know God is there. You believe in your parents that they, whatever they are, they really exist and they'll do something for you, right? So people, you believe in, there are people who will believe in ghosts. Ghost hai, bhoot hai, right? So it is usually used when we really believe that something really exists. Children, बच्चों से पूछो, वो बोलेंगे I believe in bhoot, I believe in ghosts. Now recently this Halloween party was there. No, everybody wanted to become bhoot only, ghost. So they believe in this particular thing. Okay, fine, this thing exists, really exists. Some people say I believe in God. I believe in this particular thing. I believe in this particular theory. Say for example, Buddhism believes in life after death, right? So believes in life after death. So that means after death also life is there, that they have trust that it is really exist. Bet out. Bet means what? Shart lagana, right? So bet out means what? You are sure that this thing will happen. You are sure that something will happen. Then that is called as bet out. राइट? शर्त लगाना. एंड देन व्हेन आप कब शर्त लगाते हैं? लगाना. ओके, दिस इज गाना. क्लियर? आई राइट इट अगेन. लगाना, शर्त लगाना. Then when will you put shart? When will you bet on something? Okay, when you are 100% sure. When you will bet on something, कब शर्त लगाओगे आप? जब आपको 100% विश्वास है. You are 100% sure that this thing will happen. You are, suppose when India-Pakistan match happens, 100% sure India will win. 100% sure this particular Rahul Dravid will make this many runs. I'm 100% sure that this person will not play well, right? Something will be there. So when your surety is 100%, that time शर्त लगाते हैं. And that time is that particular thing, शर्त लगाना, जब आपको 100% surety is, that is called as bet on something. It is used when we are sure that something will happen. For example, I can bet on the actor receiving the best actor award for this movie. So you have seen that movie, you're 100% sure that this movie is perfect, pakka acha hai. So this actor is going to receive the best actor's award. You're 100% sure, right? So that is why you're betting on that. So blackout means what? See, now here you see black is there. So when you start seeing everything black, right? So that is what is called as blackout. When you lose your consciousness, you're about to faint, your head starts swinging and everywhere you see black. That's why we call it as blackout. Some students blacked out during the drill practice of Republic Day parade. That means they fainted. Blow away. Blow and away, right? Blow something means you how you blow the candles, right? Away is moving away, right? So blow away is like to surprise or amaze someone in a good way. When you blow candles, right, during your birthdays, and during birthday you get what? Surprises, right? You get amazed by someone or somebody surprises you, and that too in a positive way. So blow away associated with the act of blowing candles on Birthday, it means to surprise or amaze someone in a good way. I was blown away my feet when I saw the Taj in the moonlight. Next one, blow up. Now, up means moving up something. It's a negative word where somebody blows up something using explosives to damage or destroy something completely. So, dynamite was used to blow up the cave. This blow up you'll remember because it is very commonly used in movies and all, also English movies you'll see, right? So, second usage is you fill something with the air or gas in order to inflate something. So, you blow up the balloon. Again, during the birthdays, when I went to see her, she was blowing up the balloons for the party. Blow out. Now, blow out, out means coming out, bow out. It's not blow out, it's bow out. That means a person ends his career usually after a long time. So, associate with bow out. That means झुक के नमस्कार करके बाहर आ जाओ जॉब से. That is called as bow out. It is used by a person to end his career usually after a long time. The captain has decided to bow out after the World Cup. Next one, break down. Now, break means kuch tootna, right? Now, down means something which is bad, right? Something which stops working is called as breakdown. You can get the nervous breakdown, you can machine get broke down, breakdown, your scooter can get breakdown, your car can break down. So that means stopped working. So when a machine or a vehicle stops working because of the mechanical problem, that's called as breakdown. Our bus broke down in the middle of the forest and the nearest village was 20 kilometers away. Then the second one is if a person breaks down, it means he got emotional and given vent to his feelings and began to cry. So see the example. He broke down when he was handed over his father's dead body after the postmortem. That means he became very emotional and started crying. Break out. Now it is used with reference to escaping from somewhere like jail or detention center. The prisoners tried to break out by digging a tunnel. Bring about. Bring is lana. About means around. So we cause something to happen or we make it happen. That's called as bring about. Everyone wants to free the society of corruption, but who will bring about this change? Now, this bring about can also be used with development, collapse, crisis, decline, demise, failure, change, reform, recovery, and improvement. Next one. We say bring back. That means to bring something with you when you return from somewhere. So when I visited Jammu, I bring back almonds for my friends. Second usage of bring back is to make something from past to come back, such as memory or a feeling or an idea, etc. Visiting my grandmother's house brings back many memories of childhood. These are all easy ones, right? Next one. Bring out. That means to release a new product. She will bring out her latest range of clothes in fashion show to be conducted this weekend. Second usage of bring out is it means to make a quality in someone or something show itself. So the birth of my grandchild brought out the child in me. The next one is bring up. It is used to raise someone from childhood to the young adulthood. It is not easy for a single working mother to bring up child. Second usage is it is also used to raise a topic for discussion. Whenever I bring up the issue of our marriage, my boyfriend tries to avoid it. Bring up can also be used with matter, point, topic, subject, issues, etc.